Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. For this video, I will be showing you how to set up your GCT and how to tag your customers to ensure that once you create an invoice for them in the billing process, that they're automatically having their invoice with GCT added. Okay, so we're assuming that all the customers will be tagged accordingly. So let's look at the GCT. Now the GCT is a sales tax. Okay, in America they call it value added tax, VAT, and that tax changes depending on which state that you're in. I know the VAT in New York is expensive, but in Florida it's much lower. Now for us, we're going to be clicking on the sales tax icon, and we're going to choose the option that says set up a new sales tax. We're going to go next. Now, what is the total rate that you'll be charging? And we're using 15%. How many individual rates make up this total? Only one. So let's go next. Now, the sales tax agency, I'm going to ask you to call it InRev. Now, I'm going to be adding this on the fly. We did not do Inland Revenue as a sales tax agency ID. What we did was to create Inland Revenue as IR, okay? But this is a different section. So once you type in Inland Revenue, we go okay. And the sales tax agency name, ID, sorry, is Inland Revenue. The sales tax agency name is Inland Revenue. I think they're now called Tax Administration of Jamaica. Now, which vendor do you intend to use to collect the sales tax? No, I did not put my vendor in, but I'm going to add it on the fly. So I'm going to go new. Now, you would have added this vendor already, but I have to go through this process. I have to go through this process so that I can complete this part of the instructions. So I type in IR. So this is the name of the vendor, which is different from the sales tax agency ID. And I'm only putting in the basic information. Inland Revenue as a vendor ID. It's on your appendix 3. Name, Inland Revenue, and the expense account that I'm going to tie this to is GCT payable or sales tax payable. So it's under the payables option. So this 23,100, you would have already named it GCT payable when you were customizing appendix 1. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the code 23,100, which is what you used. It's just that your name's different from mine because I did not do that part of the customization. All right, so there is no balances to add for Inland Revenue right now. So I'm going to go save, close. All right, so you would not be doing this step because you'd have done it already. All right, so let's put in IR. How our sales tax is calculated for this agency by single rate, and it's 15%. Which account are you going to be using to track the sales tax? The same 23,100 that I put in for Inland Revenue. We go next. The sales tax ID is in caps, GCT 15%, no space. Sales tax name is General Consumption Tax. Do you charge sales tax on freight? So just put no for that option. And then that's it, we're finished. So by clicking finish, it brings you back to the first page we were on. We don't want to loop and go back into the process again. So let's click X to remove the window. So now that we have created the sales tax, we're going to now go to each customer and tag them as taxable. So I've just clicked on AIS. Now notice here on the General tab for AIS is the field name sales tax. So when I click on it, there is my GCT 15%. I select it. Then I go save. Then I click on my directional arrow going right to go to the next record, which for me is the only other record, which is BML. I do the same. I go down to the sales tax, making sure I'm on the General tab, go down to the sales tax field, click on the drop-down arrow, and select my GCT. That is it. So make sure you do that for every customer. And that marks the end of one of the shortest videos in this series of instructional videos for your project. Have a good day.